Welcome to Two Sides of New York. We got Mets news, we got Yankees news, but starting off, Marcus Stroman has been traded to the New York Mets for a couple prospects, Anthony Kay and Simon Wood Richardson. And this is a surprise by pretty much everyone. I had no expectations on the Mets going after Marcus Stroman. I mean, I heard some murmuring about it, but that's about it. I did not think this was going to happen.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to happen, and completely I'm just like, what are you guys doing here? You guys have no business getting Marcus Stroman.
I mean, some people might just say it was just to screw the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's what it was for.
No.
But, a lot of it looks like it. Like, geez, now you gotta really gonna make us go out and get Bauer or Bumgarner. Those two might not be even available, so it's just annoying. Another annoying move by the Mets.
Yeah, didn't see it coming at all, but hey, I'm not going to complain one bit. Marcus Stroman is a pro. He's one of the best pitchers in baseball, and he has been consistently for the last few years. We traded a couple pretty good prospects. Anthony.
Your farm's done now.
Yeah, we have nothing in the farm right now. Anthony Kay, left-handed pitcher, 24 years old, who's actually drafted by the Mets twice. Once in 2013. The first time was in 2013, and he declined to go to UConn, play some college ball. Then we drafted him again in 2016. He had a very good Double-A. He started off in Double-A this year, and he started off really good. But then once he went to Triple-A, he was kind of slow. He has a 6.25 ERA there, so not so good. And Woods, he was drafted last year by us, and he's only 18 years old, so who knows how he could pan out. But I really don't know what this means for the Mets right now. Like, I have no idea what we're going to do with Noah Syndergaard or Zach Wheeler. Most likely, I think we're going to keep Syndergaard. I think Zach is the next man out.
Yeah, especially with being a free agent after the year and Jason Vargas heading to Philly now.
Yeah, so Jason Vargas was also traded away to Philadelphia for a catcher, Austin Bozart. And this is the Wilpons at its finest. Austin Bozart, best friends with Jeff Wilpon's son in college, so I guess that's why they got him over to the Mets. Austin Bozart, he's a struggling minor league player. He was only hitting 143 in Double-A this year, so it's kind of a bad move by the Mets. Like, we even gave Philly some cash to pay out the rest of Vargas's contract, which. That was just an awful move by the Mets. I mean, I'm sure you could have got a better.
Just gave him it for free.
Yeah, and I mean, Vargas was not touted at all by many teams. Like, who wants almost 40-year-old lobber at this point of his career? But I don't even. This probably might have been the best package they could have gotten for Vargas. So who knows about that?
Yeah, but Vargas was good for the Mets, so we'll see how he'll be with the Phillies down the stretch. But you guys got Stroman. He's going to be taking Jose Reyes' number 7.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that. I mean, I never thought that Reyes' number was going to be retired. I mean, we did give it to Travis d'Arnaud for a little bit, but Reyes, since he left the Mets that time after just leaving the game after bunting to win the batting title, he's always had a kind of a bad taste with Mets fans, so I'm sure that's why we're pretty quick with giving up his number.
Yeah, definitely. But going into your Mets weekend.
So yeah, a very good weekend. We had a great homestand, 5-1 on the homestand, and we swept the Pirates. Game 1, soon to be traded maybe. Zach Wheeler, he went 5 1/3 and allowed 3 runs, which not a great start, but his first start back from the IL, it was decent. He did what he could for the Mets to win. Jeff McNeil had a 3-run homer to give us the lead. Todd Frazier also had a home run. So did Pete Alonso. So it was an easy 6-3 game. Not much stress at all. Game 2, Steven Matz was terrific. He had a complete game shutout. Only threw 99 pitches. Had himself a Greg Maddux day. He had 7 strikeouts as well. And red hot Michael Conforto had a solo home run to give us the lead in the 6th. Also to give us insurance in that game, J.D. Davis hit a 2-run shot in the 7th inning. J.D. Davis is really good. He's batting .300 on the year. He's got 10 home runs, and his home and away splits are incredible. On the road, he's batting .264, which is, it's not so good, but I wouldn't say it's awful. but at home he's batting .384 with a .460 on base percentage, and he's been playing out of position the entire year. Todd Frazier has been taking time away from him at third base. He should be playing third base because that's his best position, but he's been playing a very good left field. And like you told me at the beginning of the year, I didn't know much about him at all. The dude has pop. He only hits lasers.
Only hits lasers, and they're gappers or bombs. So he definitely learned a lot with Houston and brought that over to the Mets.
Yeah, it just seems like whoever is with Houston is just a good major league player. Like they know how to develop players. It seems like over there in Houston.
Definitely. That's why if I think you guys give Syndergaard to the Astros, it's over. He's gonna become like a 250 strikeout pitcher instantly if he goes there.
Yeah, like a prime example is a guy like Charlie Morton in his first 5 years he was nothing, but then all of a sudden he hits age 30 and he's pitching the best he has his entire career.
Yeah, just like Cole. I mean, Cole had some good years with the Pirates,
oh, yeah,
but nothing like how he is with the Astros.
Yeah, now he's a Cy Young candidate every year.
So something with the Astros, but the Mets, they've been playing good ball. See if they can keep it up.
Yeah, so going into Game 3, we got a 6-run first inning. Michael Conforto, another 2-run homer. Vargas, he fought his way 5 2/3.
His last start
as the Mets. I give him props. You know, he didn't try to fight anybody today. I think that's what he's going to be most remembered for. But I came around on Vargas a lot this year. Going into the year, I didn't want him near this rotation, and he was been the most consistent. Besides DeGrom, he's definitely been the most consistent pitcher we had this entire year. So good luck to him in Philadelphia. And then Lugo came in, and he was lights out as usual, lights out Lugo. But then in the 9th, our inning that's just been a disaster the entire year, Tyler Bachelor came in. We had an 8-3 lead. He gives up a 2-run home run. Edwin Diaz comes in. He gives up a 2-run home run. Luckily, he bounces back and we hold on for an 8-7 win. But I mean, Diaz, you think he's on the hot seat right now? Do you think anyone even wants him? We're hearing the Red Sox. They're interested in him, but I mean, I just can't see anybody.
They don't have the farm to get him, or you guys have to really get lowballed if the Sox were to get him for him, because they have nobody in that farm.
Yeah, Diaz has had a very bad year this year, but we can't just get nobody for him. He's still a pretty big name, even though he's had a really bad year. And if we're 6 games back right now, and if we want to maybe try to make a miracle comeback, Edwin Diaz has to step up.
He does. He needs to be that closer he was last year, even go maybe 2 innings sometimes.
Yeah, so wrapping it up with the Mets, we've won 4 in a row, had a great 5-1 homestand, only 6 games back, and we got the White Sox, we got the Pirates again. The Pirates, they're a very bad team. If you were flipping through the channels and you found the Mets game, you would think you were watching a soccer game the way the Pirates were just kicking the ball all around the field. So they're a very bad team, and then we got the Marlins again. So a very favorable schedule we have. Hopefully we could make up some ground. And if there's a team to make an epic comeback, I think it's this Mets team, because we have the next rookie of the year. We have a guy who's up there in the batting title race, and we have last year's Cy Young Award winner. So if there's a team to do it, I think it's us, because we have the supporting pieces. It's just the bullpen has to step up, and they've been doing their job since the All-Star break. But we'll see how we.
We'll see how Stroman, if he's really comes in to the Mets and brings that energy, because I know he would with the Yankees. I always had that feeling he would bring energy to New York somehow. So we'll see if he can do it with the Mets.
Especially being a New York guy. The Stroman move was definitely made for next season, but we could definitely be contenders right now. I mean, 6 games is a lot, but we've seen bigger comebacks.
We definitely have. But
so you want to get into your New York Yankees?
Yep. So they ended a pretty nice little 3-game road trip in Minnesota. The first game they lost. Second game they were down 8-2 in the 5th. They come all the way back. Didi puts them up 9-8. Then all of a sudden it gets tied back up by Twins go up by a Sano home run. Aaron Hicks hits a 2-run to put the Yankees ahead. Chapman doesn't have it, walks everyone. tie game. Then Gleyber Torres gets a single to put the Yankees back up, and then bases loaded. Max Kepler hits a ball into the gap, and Aaron Hicks makes the catch of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was a Superman catch right there.
Yeah, so we win that game, take the next game, heading into Fenway feeling confident, and I had a bad feeling going into that series, and boy, was I right. It was just awful. The worst night of the baseball season was on Thursday night. Sox blow us out 19-3. Tanaka just totally just had nothing, absolutely nothing that night. So absolutely terrible night for the Yankees. Friday night, just as bad. Mookie Betts goes yard 3 times. James Paxton looks horrific. Same bullshit again. Saturday, nothing really to get into. It was just the Red Sox scoring balls up on the Yankees. The Yankees taking called third strikes, chasing pitches out of the zone. Just looking really bad, and it looks like, wow, this team's going to really go into a tailspin. But Domingo Germán, everyone's like, he's not a legit ace. And I think last night he declared that he's an ace and one of the top players in this game. Pitchers in the AL, at least.
Yeah, that Sunday game was huge for you guys. You never want to get swept by the Red Sox, especially
we saw what it did to us last year.
Yeah, they're gaining so much momentum right now. That was a huge game on Sunday, and luckily for you guys, Germán did show up and had himself a really good game.
Yeah, that was a huge game because the Red Sox are 9 out still. They only gained 2 games this weekend. They could have gained 3. That would have been huge. Or they could have gained 4, actually, which would have been huge. So that is a huge win yesterday to kill that momentum and still be 9 games up. Just take care of business this weekend. I mean, screw Fenway Park. It's an absolute joke, the dimensions at that stadium. So take advantage of our stadium this weekend. Take 2 or 3. Just make it seem like a home field advantage thing. And if you have to play them in the playoffs, make sure you got home field advantage and you'll be all right.
Are you worried about Tanaka just continuing to get rocked by the Red Sox? It's always a tough look for when Tanaka is getting rocked like that.
It's a tough look, but you just know he's going to show up in the playoffs. He's just such a clutch pitcher, so I'm really not worried about Tanaka. I think if he goes in the Fenway in the playoffs, I think he's still going to nut up and go 7 innings, 2 runs.
I mean, the Yankees, their weakest part is definitely their starting rotation. Does that worry you at all going into the playoffs?
I mean, I'm thinking you need Severino or you need another pitcher. You need one of that to happen. You need someone because, yes, they can pitch all well in a stretch with this staff to get it done, but it's not a guarantee. With a guy like Bumgarner or Bauer, or I'm even leaning towards Michael Boyd right now, even though I know the price is really high on him. But, I mean, I think a lot will happen this weekend. I'm also forgot about the injuries. 3 Yankees go on the IL. Gary Sanchez and Brett Gardner go on the IL right before the Boston series. And then after Saturday, CeCe goes on the IL. So Gary calls a great game behind home plate. So I think a lot of what happened this weekend was not having Gary behind home plate. I don't think they were throwing the pitches they needed to.
Yeah, and that's just been the story with the Yankees all year, the injuries, but luckily for you guys, you've been able to find replacement players to do a very good job.
And speaking of one, Gio Urshela, he is not a fluke.
Oh, no, that guy is the real deal, whether it be with his glove or with the bat. He's a very good player.
He's a good player, and Cameron Maybin, he's just been huge. Did you see that play last night where he deked out and ran back, and then he just totally yanked it into the dirt the next at-bat, or the next pitch, and he stole home?
Yeah.
Cameron Maybin is a huge part of this clubhouse. Yeah. I'd say he's one of the leaders in that locker room.
Yeah, and he at the time you guys got him, the Yankees it was early in the year, right? Did you guys get him when the Yankees were struggling earlier this year? Or
we were starting to get it together a little bit, but we signed him when Judge got hurt.
So I mean, ever since you guys got him, it's been just winning for the entire time.
Exactly. He's been great and the guy's been hitting bombs. I mean, that ball last night in the 9th inning would have been like maybe over the Mohegan Sun Sports Bar at Yankee Stadium. Like, he hit a bomb double yesterday, got himself in, and that was obviously a big run because the Yankees went 9-6, and it would have been a 2-run game going if he didn't get that. So Cameron Maven's been huge, and he's got a good attitude too.
So
He's confident. He brings a lot of confidence to this team.
what do you want to see from the Yankees before the deadline and going into this week?
I need to get me Bumgarner. Just do it. Get it done.
Do you think it's possible? Do you think the Giants are even willing to trade him now?
Why did they have to get hot?
I know it's so unfortunate for you guys that they got hot. The Yankees are just getting screwed right now. Like the Mets came and got Stroman out of nowhere, and out of nowhere the Giants are one of the hottest teams in baseball. They've cooled down a little bit. But
I would give up whatever it takes to get Bumgarner. If you were asking me,
well, yeah.
I would give up Andujar. I would give up Frazier. I would give them both up for Bumgarner.
But not Glaber though, right?
Nah, Glaber's he's going to be the best player on this team in a couple years.
No, even better than Judge, you think?
Then Judge will be in a few years. When Judge is like 30, Glaber's just going to be like, 24?
Yeah.
He's so young that, he's good right now, but I think Glaber Torres is a guy who's going to end up hitting 35 home runs, hitting 330, 100-plus RBIs. I think he's going to be one of those players in a couple years.
Yeah, I could see that as well.
Just like I see a lot of Javi Baez in him, but even a little better. I think his swing is a little more controlled than Javi. So, yesterday, Trevor Bauer has arguably the worst outing of his career. First, he yanks this ball into the netting behind home plate, and then he sees Terry Francona coming to take him out. I think this was midway in the 5th inning, and the guy just turns around, just launches a ball over the center field fence. You just see Francisco Lindor look at the ball 5 times. I thought that was the funniest part, seeing Frankie Lindor just look at Bauer. He's like looking at the ball land. He's like, "What's good with you, bro?"
Yeah,
and then Francona is like, "The fuck's the matter with you?" And Trevor's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Trev was really quick to say he's sorry about that. And like you said, the funniest part about that was the players around reaction, just like flinching, and then like, whoa, and the center fielder was like, oh, where the hell did that ball come from? So it was really a wacky moment. And I mean, Trevor Bauer, he apologized right after the game.
Yeah, see, I thought that was big.
That was big of him. And then they're saying, all the old heads on MLB Network were saying, oh, I don't see how this kills his trade value. There's nobody's going to want him now. And this day and age,
it makes me want him more, honestly.
Yeah, he obviously cares so much about the game. So this does not kill his trade value one bit. And I don't even know why the Indians would want to trade him. He has the most innings pitched in baseball. He's not a free agent until 2021. And he's always been a reliable pitcher.
They gotta get MLB talent if they're gonna trade him.
Yeah, and especially the Indians, they've battled back really well this year. Especially with Kluber being out and Carrasco, you don't know really what you're gonna get from him. So it'd probably be best for the Indians to hold on, but that National League Central race is really tight right now.
Definitely.
But I think last week, I would have said the Twins are a better team, but I think that Yankees series was really bad, and I could see the Indians coming back and taking that division lead now.
Yeah, Aaron Hicks, that catch really must have taken a lot of wind out of the Twins. If the Twins won that game, they would have been going nuts.
And yeah, you know best, being a Yankees fan, that the Twins, they're always right there, but they could just never get it done. Definitely,
as we've gone 7-0 in the last 3 playoff series against them.
That's incredible. So going into congrats and doofus of the week. My doofus of the week is LeBron James. Did you see this video of LeBron James?
Which one?
The one where he's at his son's basketball camp, and he goes in the layup line and he just starts dunking and he's just celebrating at his son's game. It's pretty incredible. It's like he's such like a me guy. I mean, even at his son's basketball camp, he's trying to steal the spotlight.
Typical Kim James, right?
Yeah, typical. These basketball guys, they're prima donnas. Speaking of prima donnas, Noah Syndergaard, he's so insecure.
Yeah,
did you see what he posted today? He's like, oh, when your team doesn't want you anymore, but you're still #Thor.
Oh, when he posted the picture of him, like, that he still has his hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, I want him for the long term. When he's on his game, he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. But we haven't seen that from him in a long time.
3 years.
Yeah. So we might have another Matt Harvey situation if he doesn't start. Just look at your teammate Jacob deGrom and see how he just comes out and pitches. He doesn't have any of this like superhero nonsense about him. He just goes out there and pitches every fifth day. I mean, he
literally thinks he's like actually Thor. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah. So who's your doofus?
My doofus of the week is my two boys, Masahiro Tanaka and James Paxton. You guys gotta be better, man. Especially Paxton. Like, dude, you were brought over for Justice Sheffield, who's having a terrible year. You gotta be better, man. You can't just be giving up bombs.
So is it more of like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed at you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad. I mean, I love those two, but like, Tanaka, come on. We know you have unhittable stuff. You're one of the best pitchers in baseball when you're on it, but you're just too inconsistent to win a Cy Young. That's honestly what it comes down to. And Paxton, we've seen what you can do. You have no hit stuff, so these Bronx, we don't care. Just put it on the line.
Yeah.
Start getting Ks. Let's bury these guys.
Yeah,
Could have done it this weekend.
You're right. Like, stuff-wise, Tanaka and Paxton, they're two of the best in baseball. Hopefully that, for you guys, this is like the rough patches right now instead of in the playoffs. So
exactly. Get it out of their system right now and then just start dealing towards the end of the year.
So my congrats guys. Big Poppy, he was released from the hospital earlier this week. And he finally posted his first Instagram post since being back. And it was just a picture of a steak, just saying how he's happy to be home and with his family. I love to see that he's healthy now.
Yeah, definitely. It's great to see that he's healthy. And also, it's good to see, that he's home as well. Because he was there for a long time.
Yeah, and maybe he'll be back with Fox soon and doing the playoff games.
Definitely. I think watching the Yankees title, I think that would make him feel better.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'm just kidding. I kid.
I know.
But my congrats guy is Domingo Germán, who officially stated that he is the ace of this Yankee staff in 2019. And I think he proved to a lot of people that was the biggest start of his career, and he put it all out there, making the best hitters on the Red Sox look silly, especially JD Martinez.
Yep, he's the ace for you guys from here on out.
He is. I mean, he's the ace, and him and Severino would be a hell of a 1-2 punch.
So going into our cross readings, our American League and National League Player of the Week. My American League Player of the Week is Nelson Cruz, who has 7 home runs and 15 RBIs in this week. The Twins continue to hit home runs. They're breaking. They're gonna break the Yankees record, which there's probably gonna be a couple of teams with monsters.
The Yankees will probably break their own record.
Yeah, for sure.
Once they get Stanton back, right?
Yeah, the story of the year has just been all the home runs hitting around the league, and it's fun I love home runs. They're the best part of baseball.
I love home runs too. I was watching this documentary last night of when Sosa and McGuire were going at it in '98 for the record. And McGuire hit 70 and Sosa hit 66. I would have loved to see that.
Yeah, and that was arguably at baseball at its best when those two were just hitting massive bombs every night.
Yeah, they brought it back. Baseball was really downhill those first 3 years after the strike.
Yeah.
So they kind of saved baseball. Player for the week was Paul Goldschmidt, who hit 6 homers in a row. 6 straight games. I think he had a 3-homer game in there, as well as Nelly Cruz. But Paul Goldschmidt looks like he's getting it going. He's had probably his worst season ever to start with the Cardinals, but I think he's about to get red hot because he did this last year. Looked like the worst player in baseball in April and May, and then looked like one of the best from there on. So I'd watch out for the Cardinals because he's the type of player to carry a team.
Yeah, he's a very streaky hitter. And with the wide open National League wildcard race, the Cardinals are for sure fighting for another playoff push, which they've haven't made the playoffs for the last 2 years. That's really unlike the Cardinals. So that fan base might be getting a little restless.
Yeah, they're gonna get a little restless, especially with all the talent they have on that team and the money they spent for guys like Dexter Fowler and others.
Yeah, it's so funny though when they like try saying like, oh, we're the Yankees of the National League. No, you guys aren't.
That's the Dodgers. It's like
yeah.
So, apparently to your boy Andy Martino, still expect Zach Wheeler to get traded by Wednesday.
Oh yeah, I expect that as well. Did he didn't say anything about Noah Syndergaard, I'm guessing, did he?
No, nothing about Syndergaard, but he said Bauer might be available.
Oh, I'm really interested to see what other moves go down, because I really, there's really nobody is set in stone right now. Like usually most likely this guy's gonna go here or this guy's gonna go here, but as of right now I just have like no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea either. I have no idea who we're gonna get. It's probably gonna be some like guy you've never heard of before. Who knows? It might be Sonny Gray again.
Yeah, imagine that full circle, Sonny Gray coming back to the Yankees.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, but what a story it would be if he like leads you guys to a World Series, Sonny Gray.
I always wanted to like Sonny.
Yeah, I feel you. I've always wanted to like Todd Frazier, but I just can't.
I just can't do it.
So that's about it. Follow us on Twitter. Reed's at 2SidesofNY. I'm at Metsman19. Follow us on Instagram at 2SidesofNY, and we're also on Spotify now at 2SidesofNY. So thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, see you guys next week.